You see, wisteria is a peculiar beauty, and in order to get these huge grape-like bunches of flowers cascading from every bough, you need to prune it not once, but twice a year, in July and again in January or February. It doesn't matter where you start, but in order to show you the early results, I'll start back in February. Ours was a huge tangled mass of stems. Hopefully yours won't look quite this bad. But if yours has never been pruned, or you've hacked at it rather tentatively and it's galloping for the gutters, then this site is probably all too familiar. All these long stems were behind that downpipe. If I'd left them there, they would have swollen over the years and pushed that thing completely off the wall. We don't need as many as this. I want to try and get the plant to go round the corner and furnish the other wall, but not with all these. We can reduce them by at least half. Then, along the new main framework of stems, shorten each of the side shoots to about 3 or 4 inches, and it'll become a flowering spur. That's what we're after. You see these little fat buds here? Those are the ones that are going to be flowers, and it's those that you can cut back to. You've got a nice little finger there that's just going to cascade with fragrant blooms in May. Those old spurs need to go back to about 3 or 4 buds while you're at it. And then, by shortening those side shoots to make more spurs and trimming back the existing ones, I reckon we got double the number of flowers, easily. But you can get even more if come July your wisteria gets another haircut. Those long whippy growths up there that we no longer need to extend the territory of the plant because it's covering quite enough wall can come off now, because if we leave them on, they'll just lash around all through autumn and winter, doing no good at all. Cut them back to about 1 foot in length. Then you'll prevent them from extending further and persuade them to start producing flower buds. These are the stems you'll shorten to 3 or 4 inches come February. There are lots of myths attached to wisteria. One of them is that they don't flower for 7 years after you plant them. Well, that might have been true in the old days when you were planting rather dubious flowering varieties of Chinese wisteria. But nowadays, if you want to make sure you can get flowers even from the first year onwards, look for a grafted plant. Go into your garden centre and you will see at the very bottom of wisteria plants a great sort of thumb thing of the rootstock, and then the grafted bit of a proven flowering variety growing out the top of it. And with one of those, you know it'll flower, well, at least in its second year. It's one of those lovely jobs that you feel incredibly virtuous when you get to the end of. And the other thing is, you know it's money in the bank. It flowered pretty well last year. I wonder what it's going to be like next year.